Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. They say it was a very embarrassing scene when so many women carried palm fronds and, broom into the family house of Ebony. Yes, they say they stormed the family house of Ebony, where they were asking that that girl, Okpayemi, be left alone, and the four maidens that are supposed to be part of the full moon ritual be left alone. And basically, the reason why they had to make it this loud is because they wanted other parties who may be planning something else to understand that they are all on the alert, and they know exactly what these women are capable of doing, because they will do everything that is within their power to ensure that this full moon ritual does not succeed. Now, one of their greatest disappointment is the fact that the last item was found. This is a heartbreak to a lot of them. They never ever expected that last full moon item will be found. That was the last thing they ever thought would happen. But now that full moon item is being found or has been found, they are so disappointed, and they will do everything to ensure that it doesn't work. And so they said this woman, as in Okpayemi's mother, the virgin that was approached with evidence, the mother had to go to, bring forth other women. They came and they stormed the house of Ebony's family house, to seek, to ask that these people, step back and not disturb the full moon ritual again. And above all, that this woman was crying the entire time that what Ebony or whoever, did was trying to get her daughter endangered, and also calling other people in Ile-Ife to be very, very cautious of these kinds of act right there in Ile-Ife. Now, in Ile-Ife, the broom, if people will enter your house or anything with a broom, is a bad thing. They say in Ile-Ife and many parts of Yoruba land, when women storm a person's house with, palm front and broomstick, especially in anger and in a large group, it is simply, symbolic act. Okay, it is not just a protest; it is a public spiritual disgrace, a declaration of shame and curse against the person or household being targeted. It is a gesture that carries historical weight, ancestral backing, and community power. Once women gather in that form, chanting, singing war songs, or waving palm front, called maropon, or and broom, oro, or agbo, it is a sign that the person being confronted has done something abominable, spiritually dangerous, or morally unacceptable in the eyes of the community, especially the women. They said the palm front in Yoruba culture is a sacred object. It is used in rituals, in sealing protection, and also in casting judgment. It can represent peace, yes, but when it is used in protest, it becomes a weapon of ancestral warning. The broom, meanwhile, symbolizes spiritual cleansing and disgrace. It is said that when women sweep with anger in front of a person's compound, they are sweeping out their shame, sweeping out evil, and declaring that the person must not mix with the clan. That is what that protest on that day meant. Okay, so when the mother of the virgin who was approached by Ebony for the bribe gathered women to storm Ebony's family house with this item, it was a bold spiritual and cultural. They said the mother of that Okpayemi was not just angry as a mother. She was speaking on behalf of the spirit of motherhood, of purity, of tradition. What Ebony did, trying to compromise a sacred ritual by corrupting the virgin, was not a light offense. It was seen as an insult to the gods, to the Ooni, to Queen Naomi, and to every mother who has ever protected her daughter's virtue in Yoruba land. The mother did not go alone. She went with other women from other lineage, elder women of the town, and women whose families have historically participated in spiritual activities around the Ooni's palace. These women came barefoot with white wrappers tied around their chests, their heads uncovered, some of them with tribal marks of ancestral lineage showing clearly this is a traditional attire for women going on a ritual protest. It is not to be taken lightly. They chanted songs of shame and curse as they danced around the compound of, Ebony's family house. Some of, the chants go like, well, I don't know, let her go, let her go. The mother of a child is coming. Even the guards must hear evil has touched this land. They say that was what they were chanting. The broom were used to sweep in front of the gate, symbolizing a spiritual cleansing. They were declaring that Ebony and her family hands were unclean, and unless they washed themselves of this evil act, they would face public shame, ancestral wrath, and total rejection from the community. The palm fronds were waved over the air and left tight on the gate, the doors posts, and even one thrown into the roof. In Yoruba belief, once a palm frond is placed on your gate by angry women, your compound becomes marked. You are now spiritually under watch. You are expected to either beg for forgiveness publicly or face community isolation. They said this is what this is about. They say in some cases, people whose homes have been stormed in this way end up being banished, or they become spiritual outcasts until they go through rituals of cleansing and public apology. For a woman like Ebony, who's already who has a reputation for manipulation inside the palace, and now tried to tamper with a full moon ritual. This public confirmation or confrontation is a heavy disgrace. It shows that the women of the land are no longer silent. It shows that even the mothers of virgins are spiritually awoke and ready to fight for what is sacred. Now, why are they fighting so fiercely? Like, why are these women so angry? They are angry because this has been going on for a very long period of time. It's been going on. They said the land has suffered enough. The palace has suffered enough. That what can, as in, no matter what your interest is, you should first of all understand that this is a royal community. This thing with Queen Naomi's reinstatement doesn't just have to do with the Ooni of Ife. It has to do with the entire Ile Ife. It has to do with Kabiyesi himself, his life, his own destiny. What kind of woman can you be that will not see past your nose, will not see past yourself? It has to be about you. It's all about you. That they are not going to sit back and watch these things to continue to happen again. That they are ready to fight. They are ready to fight. They are ready to fight no matter what. They are ready to put up the fight because this has, gotten to a place where they cannot sit back and watch anymore. And more so, they were kind of, alerting other families of virgins to, work with their daughters to see, as in, letting them know that this is exactly what is happening, because since this one, Okpeyemi's family, they rejected that money, maybe they will go and approach another one, and these families do not want this to happen. Going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.